Shock on the beats. Shock.
So far, it feels, you know, like a regular car. You beat on it, right? Like you punch it.
Yeah, I don't want to, but time to time, yeah.
All right, here we go. This is my acceleration ramp. Dude, this sounds sick. Oh, that sounds so cool. Oh man, I really like this though. The sound of that is like. Alright guys, so I finally was able to drive a Ripp Supercharged V6, and it was my buddy J-Mac 95's. And his setup is really just the Ripp Supercharger with upgraded brakes and some 315 back tires. And you know, when we were hanging out, he was saying that he would like to have supporting mods as he continues down the road. I'm not exactly sure how much. I didn't want to get too far into pricing and everything because you never know. He could have got a discount, yada yada yada. I don't know. But I didn't ask him how much he paid for the Ripp Supercharger or anything like that. But I know that this kit is extremely popular in the V6 community, both Charger and Challenger, and you see it out there all the time. Should I just Ripp Supercharge the V6 or get yourself into a HEMI? And I kind of want to be in a neutral area here. I don't want to place judgment on which way anyone goes because I'm a big fan of modding. Okay, whichever car you can afford, whichever car you can live comfortably with, and mod. Okay, I just don't agree with the standpoint of, you know, get the most expensive car you can afford. I've seen a lot of people get into financial issues doing that. So this is not me, you know, placing judgment or anything like that. But if you choose to go down the V6 route with this Ripp Supercharger, one thing that you can expect is a healthy amount of horsepower. You definitely feel it when that ProCharger or that Vortec blade is spinning at full force. Okay, now we're dropping gears here. All right, so I mean, here's the thing: you're missing some torque here, but you definitely feel the power.
Yeah.
And you really felt it on the highway, dropping a couple of gears, and then just going. You definitely know that horsepower is there. Also, too, on the street, I did a little bit of a 0 to 60, tried to launch it. Oh shit! Yeah. Now, on a launch, it's nice. It seems like you get the traction, you get off, and then this thing kicks.
Yeah.
The supercharger kind of kicks in there. That's really nice. Now, I was not torque braking or anything like that. I noticed I was able to get off the line really nice and clean, and then at, what was it, like 3,000 or 4,000 RPMs, that supercharger really kicks in and plants you into the back of the seat, which was awesome. Now, on the flip side, if you were to get yourself into a HEMI, it's a lot more, it's just more vicious feeling. It's not as refined, okay? So what I mean by that is there's just a lot more torque. Getting off the line, even with a stock HEMI, you're spinning your wheels, your ass of the car is just going all over the place. So, you know, racing, if you were to race 0 to whatever, a lot of times the HEMI would be at a disadvantage because of the traction issues. So that is one thing that I found really nice about the Ripp Supercharger, is that from a dead stop, I was not spinning my back tires. I was not getting all squabbly. It was nice, organized, boom, straight line, and then the supercharger kind of kicked in, and I was able to really finish off that 0 to 60. Now, from another performance angle, it appears as though if you were to just do a Ripp Supercharger with the tune that comes with it, it would put you a little bit ahead of a stock RT based on a race that was given to me by JMac. It appears as though, you know, you're kind of neck and neck, and you know that Supercharger is going to pull you ahead a little bit, especially as the race continues. So, you know, that's really what I have to say about it. I don't want to say whether it's worth it, whether it's not worth it. That's up to you as a modder, as a person that owns the car. I definitely understand where a lot of people are coming from, because each time that I load up a race and I lose, I always get the comments, I should have got a 392. So I am not here to place judgment on anyone and their modding. It's just part of the fun of the hobby, you know, is modding. And the smart people do it to a trim level that they can afford. And that's really what I have to say about that. Now, there have been some issues. Some people having some complaints about the actual races between my car and the V6. And first off, I just want to say, I don't leave before the third beep. I leave on the third beep, okay? I don't wait for beep, 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 and then go, okay? Just like at the drag strip, if you leave on green, you're late, okay? You have to anticipate that third beep. You have to anticipate the green. At the drag strip, 0.001 reaction time right here. So, you know, if you're leaving on the third beep, guess what? You're late. Number two is that in many of the races, my camera was in the front of his car, giving me a half of a car length in between. Now, obviously, if we were really racing from start to finish, that would be a big disadvantage. But I have to say that the idea of the roll race is to see if the car pulls ahead or drops behind. That's all it is. It's just a performance test. I step on the gas, and if the car next to me is pulling, they have a better performance. If they're dropping back, they have a worse performance. And, you know, that's really where I stand on that. It's not official, you know, racing, yada, yada, yada. But you know what? If the two were closer together, I can see more of an argument. But you know, it is what it is. So you know, there's always, you know, I hate to try and like justify the races and everything, but you know, it's just for fun, guys. I could care less about you know, whether you have a faster car than me or whether you don't. I don't give a shit. I really could care less. There's always someone faster. You know, I'm not like this guy that has to have like the fastest car. Okay, I do this shit for entertainment purposes. If your car is faster, great. I give you a big props. If your car is slower, you know, that's it, man. You know, it is what it is. So that's really the extent of what it is that I wanted to say. A lot of you know, craziness going on in that comment section, and you know, that's really that. But guys, if you're looking into that Ripp Supercharged kit, just know that you're gonna get yourself a healthy amount of performance gain. It's so refined with the acceleration, like it's like I don't know, like you don't get squirmy or anything like that. It's like a bullet straight. Usually when you have like the, you know, the V8, you're kind of like dicking around with the wheel because you feel the car going sideways.
Yeah, the torque really is there because I'm barely trying to, and it's just.
Yep. Now I'll turn the pedal commander on.
It's like a faster response. Like no.
Now wait until this person clears out, because you're gonna spaz out probably. Just wait for them to go a little bit. You're gonna make a left, yeah. The pedal commander is basically, it's just a throttle response.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. That's a huge difference.
I'm gonna make a left.
I can barely control my toes. I'm lightly pressing on it. I just can't. It just.
It's funny, right?
It feels like I'm not even trying. It's just. And it picks up, the speed picks up so fast. What you say that's because of your torque, maybe?
Yeah. But this, like you could clearly feel it has power. You know, when you're accelerating, it feels awesome. I love the engine noises and everything.
Yeah, I like it too. And you know, inside it sounds quieter, but if you're on the outside, it sounds way louder.
Really?
I have people all the time tell me it's like super loud.
That's awesome.
I had my brother drive it while I was outside one time.
You know you could drop
filming, and it was
gears.
really-
You know you could drop gears with your gas pedal, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you were saying your
Yeah,
brother
I
was
let
on.
him do a flyby, and it was really, really loud.
Oh, I have videotape of you doing a flyby, and man, that's all you hear is your supercharger.
But in here it sounds so quiet. I don't know if it's because I'm used to it, but when I drive it now, I feel slow.
Oh,
Oh, look at this.
look at this guy trying to flex.